of 1998. Yes. In the same case, is that right? Yes. Did you identify the defendant in court then? For the judge? Yes. How did you identify the defendant? Did you tell them he was the person that shot you? Yes. You were sure then? Yes. As you are now? Yes. May I have just a second, Your Honor? I would like you to look at People's Exhibit number 6, Mr. Barbosa. Do you recognize what that shows? Yes. Do you see where your Camaro was parked in that photograph? Yes. Point to it with your finger first, please. Here, where this car is at. The truck? Yes. And do you see the place where the four-door Chevrolet was parked? Yes. Point to it with your finger, please, towards this way. Where the shadow is? Yes, here. Mr. Barbosa, do you still feel the effects of your wounds to your chest today? Every time I eat and then I eat more than I should, I have a very sharp pain here. Here, indicating his left shoulder area. Left shoulder, chest area. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Barbosa. I have nothing else for you now. My thought was that we begin our cross-examination tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That's fine, Judge. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, do keep in mind my admonitions. See you then. I need the witness to have him ordered back. Okay, all the jurors have left the courtroom. Mr. Barbosa, I'm ordering you back here tomorrow morning. I want you to be here at 8:30. Do you understand that? Yes. If you need something for work, we'll give you a slip of paper to show where you have been. Please. But you must be here tomorrow at 8:30. After you finish testifying, we'll give you a form indicating you have been in court. All right? Yes, all right. And I want you to talk to nobody about this case. Do you understand that? Yes. And Mr. Miller, would you just impress upon Mr. Salgado's family, please? I already have, Judge.
Lena wants it.
Okay, so this is a practice 84 voice test for 5 minutes. We're starting off in colloquy with the court. Okay, and then we're leading into cross-examination by attorney on the left, which is the defense attorney. His name is Mr. Miller, M-I-L-L-E-R. Attorney on the right is plaintiff's attorney, Mr. Hicks, H-I-C-K-S. Okay? Okay, so we're starting off with colloquy with the court. Ready? Let's catch him and make sure I do have an order. And if he doesn't show, I'll figure out what to do on that. I've already talked to my investigator this morning about contacting him. That was before I talked to Mr. Hicks. So we're going to still make our efforts. I'm just making the court aware that there is a problem and he is a very material witness. He is. Okay, I'll give counsel his phone number and have it all ready. and the address, as far as I know, where he's at in Elsinore. All right. Anything else? That's it. You want to have Mr. Barbosa resume the witness stand? Yes, I'm finished. All of our jurors are present. Mr. Barbosa, a reminder that yesterday you were sworn and therefore you are still under oath. Do you understand that? Yes. All right, Mr. Miller. Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Barbosa. Good morning. Yesterday, as you began your testimony, there was a brief discussion concerning somebody who had contacted you before coming in to testify. Do you recall that? Yes? Okay. And you had begun to testify by indicating that you were not afraid to testify, correct? Yes. And you had also indicated that there was a woman who was seated in the back of the courtroom who had spoken to you before your testimony? Yes. And correct me if I'm wrong, but you had recognized that particular woman from previous court appearances as being related to the defendant, Mr. Salgado? Yes. Let me ask it this way. The woman who spoke with you before court yesterday simply told you that if my son didn't do it, tell the truth? Yes. She didn't threaten you? No? Okay. Today you are 21 years old? Yes. And at the time of this unfortunate incident, you were about 17? Yes. And you said that the person that you saw shoot you was approximately your same age, or so you believed. I thought he had been my age. And he was about your same height and build, more or less. And you don't recall today, as you sit here, just approximately how tall you were and how much you weighed? Yes. Now, you had indicated that the person who you saw shoot you appeared thin and had no mustache and hair. Is that accurate? Correct. And in fact, you had a conversation with this person for a few minutes before the shooting began. Correct? Yes. And you were discussing the stereo speakers in this car that you were parked next to? Yes. Okay, so we're starting off with question by defense attorney, which is the attorney on the left-hand side question. Ready? Mr. Barbosa, Do you remember this testimony? Question, and if you know, where was Al when Rock was shot? Answer, Rock? Well, he was further behind. He was further behind because he was urinating. Yes, Mr. Barbosa, you have been in court today and you've testified that Rock was in front of you, in front of that car, urinating. Yes, in April you said he was behind you, urinating. Which one is accurate? Excuse me, I didn't understand. Well, either Rock was in front of you, or Rock was behind you. I was speaking to him, and Rock was in the front by the liquor store. So was Rock in front of you or behind you? Maybe we should figure out where he was, this witness, at the point in time he thinks he was in front or behind. I strongly suspect that we're talking about apples and oranges because of the fact it may depend upon where his body was, Mr. Miller. I merely say that because I don't want to belabor it too much. All right. Okay, thank you. Mr. Barbosa, did you turn your body before you were shot? Yes. Okay. So it's your testimony that you turned your body and that Rock was behind you. Yes. Okay. And if you turned your body another way, he should be in front of you. Yes. But you never said that in the preliminary hearing, correct? Yes, I never said that. Do you remember your description in April of 1998 at the preliminary hearing of Mr. Salgado? Yes. Do you remember what you said he was wearing? A black baseball cap? Yes, with hair and a ponytail. He had the hair a little bit long, a little bit tangled, motioning to the back of his head at the time he was saying that. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And he had a white shirt on with black pants and a jacket. I don't remember white shirt. I don't remember about the white shirt. Dark pants and a jacket. You don't remember if you testified to that before, or you don't remember that that in fact is what he had on. I remember more or less what he had on. Okay. And did you not say, referring the court and counsel to page 23 of the April preliminary hearing, beginning line 20 through line 23? All right. You remember being asked, do you recall what clothes he was wearing at that time? Answer, not much, but it seems to me it was a white shirt and black pants. Yes. As you sit here today, do you remember that? Yes. Fix this, it didn't work. All right, I'll just have to edit that. Okay, you guys, so let's review real fast. Hey, Leslie, will you do me a favor? You know my tape jar? we give me the two oldest ones. Bring them to me. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so let me review real fast, because I know you're just learning this, right? Okay, so let me go over it for you. And everybody else can help. So with the four boys, did you get the designations on who's left-hand attorney and right-hand attorney?
Yes, I know that.
You know that?
Well, I know the
Q&A?
prosecuting attorney
Okay.
left.
So what is the designation for the left-hand side?
The prosecuting attorney,
Uh-huh. Well, there's different ways you can do it.
or the person asking the question.
Yes, so you can do it different ways. So if you want to always use the attorney on your left and the attorney on the right, that's one way to do it. So for example, this happens to be the defense attorney and he happens to be on the left-hand side,
Okay.
right? So a lot of students just, whoever's on your left, they designate him on the left.
Okay.
So how they do that is they'll say, okay, this is defense attorney, his name is Mr. Myers, but they use the left-hand side, okay? And then this is the attorney on your right, right? See it on the right, so then use the right-hand designation, okay? So if we started off with exactly question by defense attorney, which is the attorney on the left, you do the left-hand side designation, okay? And then he's going to start questioning, so what do you do after that, you guys? And then you do your question bank, okay? That's just to set him up, all right? So if I said we're starting off with question by defense attorney or the attorney on the left, then you do the left-hand designation and then you do a Q after that, okay? That tells us that you're starting off with question by defense. And then it's A, and then it's Q, and then it's A, and then it's Q, all the way until we have some kind of interruption.
So just A and Q?
Yep, A and Q, until we got to, I'll tell you right here, then the court came in and he said, all right, okay? The court came in at some point and he said, all right. And then this guy started questioning again. So what are you supposed to do? Set him up again. So you have to do left-hand side, his designation, and then a Q to set him up again.
Do you put a colon after the?
You don't put anything like that, no.
Okay.
You do all the punctuation later. Actually, your software will do that for you. Okay? So then you set him up again, and then it's A, and then it's Q, and then it's A, and then it's Q. And then we got to, one other part, we got to, defense attorney said, all right. The court came in and said, okay, thank you. And then the defense attorney started questioning again. So when the court comes in, do you know what the designation is for court? It's all of it. Both sides. What is it, you guys?
Everything except for the vowels and the star.
Everything except for the vowels and the star. Right. That's your court. And I have a sheet, actually, that I can print you out if you don't have that. Okay? So then if you hit the court, you hit all of it and put what he says. Okay? And then after the court interrupted and it goes back to this guy again, what should you do?
It's
Left-hand side designation and then a Q. Okay? And then if this guy comes in and interrupts,
it'd be right.
it'd just be the right-hand side. Exactly.
And Q.
No. That's the catch, yes. If this guy's the main questioning attorney, then that's only when you've got the Q&As. If this guy interrupts the other attorney, then that's when you just use his designation only without the Q. Okay? Got it? All right, so let's try it again. So let's start with question by defense attorney. So you should put left designation and then a Q. Okay? Mr. Barbosa, do you remember this testimony? Question, and if you know, where was Al when Rock was shot? Answer, Rock? Well, he was further behind. He was further behind because he was urinating. Yes, Mr. Barbosa, you have been in court today and you testified that Rock was in front of you, in front of that car, urinating? Yes. In April, you said he was behind you urinating. Which one is accurate? Excuse me, I didn't understand. Well, either Rock was in front of you or Rock was behind you. I was speaking to him and Rock was in the front by the liquor store. So was Rock in front of you or behind you? Maybe we should figure out where he was, this witness. At the point in time he thinks he was in front or behind, I strongly suspect that we're talking about apples and oranges because of the fact it may depend upon where his body was, Mr. Miller. I merely say that because I don't want to belabor it too much longer. All right. Okay, thank you. Mr. Barbosa, did you turn your body before you were shot? Yes. Okay. So it's your testimony that you turned your body and that rock was behind you? Yes. And if you turned your body another way, he would be in front of you? Yes. But you never said that in the preliminary hearing, correct? Yes. Do you remember your description in April of 1998 at the preliminary hearing of Mr. Salgado? Yes. Do you remember that you said he was wearing a black baseball cap? Yes, with hair and a ponytail. He had the hair a little bit long, a little bit tangled, motioning to the back of his head. At the time he was saying that. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, and he had a white shirt on with black pants and a jacket. I don't remember white shirt. I don't remember about the white shirt, dark pants and a jacket. You don't remember if you testified to that before, or you don't remember that. That, in fact, is what he had on. I remember more or less what he had on. Okay, and did you not say, referring the court and counsel to 23 of the April preliminary hearing, beginning line 20 through 23? All right. You remember being asked, do you recall what clothes he was wearing at that time? Answer, not much, but it seems to me it was a white shirt and black pants. Yes. As you sit here today, do you remember that? Yes. Okay, any questions?
No.
No? You're getting it? Yeah, well, that's why, we'll make the DVD and then you guys should just be, just play it over and over until you want to heave it out the window. Just keep it over until you get it, right? Okay.
When he's reading the transcript
Uh-huh.
from before and he says question and answer,
Uh-huh.
you type an answer.
Now, careful with
And
that.
how do
'Cause-
you
Yeah, with
type
your
it
software. If I were you, what I would do is, so say for example, he says, you remember being asked, do you recall those who had, and read from the transcript, right? If I were you, I'd write answer out. Because if you use your answer key, you're gonna have that all messed up,
Right.
right? So you're gonna have to write answer out and question out. Question, if he's reading from it. Let me read from the transcript. Question, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna have to write question out, just like it's in there, and you're gonna have to edit it. There's actually something you can put in your software for that, you know what I mean? Whatever you would like to put for that, and you'll have to think of what you want to do, so that when you when you key it, directly go one more tab in. Because whenever you type up quota material, remember it's actually the same, but it's one more tab in.
So
Extra
you
tab.
would, you remember when you sent it,
Oh.
you would tab in and put a Q and type like another.
You would actually go to the next line when you start writing, when it, like say for example, it's, you remember being asked, do you recall what clothes he wore? Answer, not much, so he's reading from the transcript from the A on, right? So if you keep something in your software to show that this is going to be quota material, do one extra tab in. Normally on your Q&As, you do one tab Q, one tab A. It would be actually one more tab. Yes. And then on the right, it's going to get into a little bit too. And it quotes how it works with the material. Say quoted a question and an answer and a question and answer. It's a quote mark on each Q and A, and then on the end to the right. That's how it is. Yeah, so say I said, let me read from the transcript. Question, answer. Say I had 4 on it. A quote mark before the Q, a quote mark before the A, mark before Q, and then the very last one. That's how. And I actually have my page, it wants a quota material, now, and look at it, it's on there. Okay, we use that in transcript in that class. We learn how to tell that. But for you guys, if you have your software, you need to figure out what you want to put when I do that. Right? If I said that, you could keep something in your machine that would already indent to and be quoted material. You follow me? So,
So like you can put a colon?
you could do something, you could do whatever you want to put in your software. This is how I'm gonna do quota material. But for right now, you guys should write it out, put this up. You know, question out, answer out. Okay, one more time. Okay, here we go. This is question by attorney, a little bit faster this time. Question by defense attorney. Ready? Mr. Barbosa, do you remember this testimony? Question.